You should get it soon. Thoroughly entertaining. Um, you know, Tarantino, is usually always on my list that I just don't record. First time recording it, so he gets on this list, and he is my favorite director. He is a master of dialogue. Um, Part of me wants to watch this movie with subtitles, so I get every word. It's just so great. But on the other hand of dialogue, you should know that the word motherfucker didn't exist uh, in the 1800s. It wasn't made until 1920s by jazz musicians. But movie's thoroughly entertaining. Great bloodbath to see. It's borderline horror and just wow. It's crazy. A little too long for me, but still a good. It doesn't seem like it just has to follow the coattails of Django. No way at all. It stands on its own. Next movie I put on the list is Straight Outta Compton. This delves into uh, the past of NWA and the main musicians of NWA, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and how they have changed up until the mid '90s. You know, it's not a spoiler that Easy died. That's just history there. Um, but this movie, of course, has great music. I'm pretty sure it does the history a lot of justice. Um, and some probably was glossed over because, they want to seem too bad. This is still a movie for market, and Ice Cube and Dr. Dre were producers, and they're still alive. And Dr. Dre dropped an album the same week that this movie was released. See, he even calls it Compton. Wonder why. Anyway, um, next movie on the list is for number 5 is Beast of No Nation. This movie is impactful. It is a true Sundance film. It's poetic on how capturing and how violence is used, and Idris Elba, he always hits out of the park. Even when he's in a bad movie, he acts, like no man can. I don't really mean that. Others can be at his level, but not with his particular flair. It's just well done, and it has some actors that American audience wouldn't know, and I don't blame them because it's probably the first or second film, but they have proved that they are good enough for big Hollywood films if they can act like that. It just amazing. The kid played the main character. You know, Shoot, maybe he'll be the youngest kid with an Oscar. He did very well in that role. And I'll be damned if the Film Academy doesn't give anything to this. I'll lose respect completely for the Film Academy if they give this movie nothing. Next movie we get to, on another serious note, is Cesario. Cesario, it delves into the conflict and the drama across the United States, the Mexican border, problems with drug trade and gangs, and it's just crazy, and it's so suspenseful. It's almost like you're watching horror, but it's nothing like a slasher film, nothing like that. It's more than that. It's a political thriller, definitely, and it's really good at conveying grays of morality in this film. And I gotta give it up to Emily Blunt and Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro. They all give their A game for this film, and they're all believable. Next movie on the list is not a serious, but serious doesn't always mean great, and that's Dope. Dope is just so funny, and it's so reflective. It uses our conceived conceptions of this world and turns it on its head. It's almost like a heist film on how they discover that they're going to do this and do that. It's so well done, and it proved to me that Bass Rocky can rap. I'd heard him before I heard his music, but yeah, if he can act like that, I want to see him in more films. Because there's a limit of like actually good uh, actors that are also rappers. There's not many. Not to say that because you're a rapper you can't act. It just usually means that more of them are more attained to one type of art than the other. And my last two films for this top 10 list, you might call me a fanboy. I don't care. These are the movies that really touched me. Number 2, Avengers: Age of Ultron. I don't care what you say. Ultron is an awesome villain from the MCU. I wish I could see. I wish I'm gonna see more of him. He is so entertaining to watch. James Spader does perfect voice acting for him. He is so gravitas. He is